Yeah, I think the first one is, I'm going to sort of headline this, but most of them involve around sort of emotional intelligence. So either that's internal emotional intelligence or sort of more consideration for sort of the wider situation. The first one is do your research. Your 3x3, whatever you want to call it. Because when you are on the phone to someone, you're taking time out of their day. You're trying to convince them this conversation with Patrick is more important than the key business function that I'm responsible for in my company. And if you haven't done your research, you're not only wasting your own time, you're more importantly wasting theirs. And realistically, your first impression is absolute shot. The second one is be considerate. And this, again, speaks to sort of active listening as well. It builds your credibility to start with, because being considerate to your prospect shows that you're not a robot. You're not just a droid who is in a, not that this is a slight to anyone, but it's the perception it has, like in a call center trying to spam them. This helps handle brush-offs as well, because if you're considerate, someone says, oh, now's not a good time. It might not be a good time. Like I, at the start of my cold calling career, was probably guilty of just bulldozing this and being like, oh, can't you just spare a couple of minutes? Come on, it'll only take a couple of minutes. That would be a complete turn off for me if I got a cold call like that. If I've been polite enough to be like, look, mate, not at the moment, but maybe try again. Show consideration. Qualify when's good, because that's just being good at your job. But show that consideration. And finally, be persistent. And this is sort of persistence in two parts, like general persistence, which is what we've sort of spoken about with like resilience, getting back up when you're down. But pick up the phone. If things go wrong, the quickest way to remedy a bad cold call is to have a good one. The quickest way to forget an absolute calamity is to book a meeting. If you have 5 dreadful calls and then book a massive meeting, no one will remember the bad calls, the bad calls that you made. Get feedback, as we've said, like do call listening. The people around you are your most valuable tool. And finally, don't be afraid to fail. As I've said, I've learned so much more from my failures than I have from my successes. Being able to come out the other side of those will make you better as a BDR. And then if it's the route that you take, will make you better as a closer as well.